Some people just don't learn. Here, where we live on the coast in Brazil, a recent phenomenon in the sea are the number of man-eating sharks.
Hmm.
There was a TV campaign and signs along the promenade by the sea, but there are still those little sea urchin surfers that chance their arm, ha ha ha,
Yeah.
with the sharks, and they lose a lot more than that. And some don't make it to the shore under their own steam,
Hmm.
being either brought in with the tide or by some bystanders who witnessed fatality. New Zealander Bethany Hamilton lost her left arm to a shark when she was just 13 years old. She learned the hard way that a surfer should respect the advice given to them about joining the fishes in the sea. Good for Bethany, she didn't let the loss of the arm hold her back, and she continued surfing. And is a well-respected surfer, winning titles and even being a poster girl for the makers of Kathmandu and Rip Curl, both brands made by the same company, Kathmandu Holdings
Yeah.
of New Zealand, until 2023.
Hmm.
Right? Now, one would have thought that Bethany's presence as the face of Kathmandu, they would have learned a little bit about what Bethany stood for. If the condition says no, you don't do it.
Hmm.
But of course, after watching the likes of Bud Light, Disney et al., they too ended up, like the Brazilian surfers I mentioned, like they did, drifting onto the shore, when they thought it was a bright idea to bring in Sasha Loathsome, a trans bloke wearing a bikini for their inclusive poster.
Okay.
And just as Bud Light, Disney et al., it didn't end too well for them either, losing 83 million dollars and having to close 21 Rip Curl shops as fashion-conscious surfers abandoned the brand for something a little bit more manly and a little less butch. Go woke, go broke, as the saying goes. Kathmandu is one of the lucky ones. They didn't completely die; they just lost an arm and a leg. But they didn't have to if they have just read the signs and know when to stay away.
Yep. So,
There you are.
well, um, yeah, the warnings have always been there. I really don't understand it. I mean, okay, I would have thought surfing by its very nature was inclusive. Males, females can do it. Trans people can do it. Yeah. What does it matter? Yeah. You buy a board, you buy the board that's appropriate for you, that you feel comfortable on. It's just suitable for your size, your weight. You know, you can't just, when you buy a board that's a permanent feature, you learn, you buy one that's you're comfortable with. So that's where the inclusivity is. Yeah. There's no restrictions on anyone buying a board. Yeah. Um, okay, you can say, well, we want to promote this idea that everyone in the surfing, again, I'll say community is welcome. Well, I've always thought that with the surfing community, from what I've seen of them anyway. I've never heard anyone condemn anyone for anything else. Normally, people in the surfing community love surfing for first and foremost. I've never heard of anyone actually being excluded from surfing, one way or another. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's a peculiar world we're living in at the moment, where people just seem to want to emphasize or push points or confuse us or do something. Yeah. Um, yeah. And you're quite right. There's past thing of this. The
Just to make it clear
Yeah.
that the company didn't use Bethany
Yeah.
as a poster girl because she's a girl.
No.
It's because of her history.
Yeah.
It's the fact that she ploughed
Determined.
on. She
Yeah.
ploughed on against all adversary,
Mm.
became famous at surfing,
Yeah.
accomplished a lot of things surfing,
Yeah.
and that there is, is the drive that the surfing company was wanting to portray.
Yeah. The determination. The
Right.
The grip.
So
Yeah.
I don't know why they took that away and put a bloke wearing a bikini on
Mm.
their front pages. It doesn't prove anything. As you said, they could have put something neutral.
Yeah.
If they didn't want to use Bethany anymore, put something neutral
Mm.
on the posters and things like that.
Mm.
That or put three or four different sort of like Benetton does
Yeah.
used to do, the
Mm.
United Colours of Benetton and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Which was far more, yeah, anyone can wear our clothes. Yeah, we all want you to be happy together doing it. Um, yeah, I mean the advertising by its nature is, yeah, signaling, virtual signaling a lot of the time. But yeah, um, yeah, it's like I said, I've never seen, knowing what I know about these people, the surfing community. They just want to talk surf. They go there. They all have meets, and we have meets on the coast here in Brazil. It's one thing when you walk on the beach, you've got a random meet there. Not random, it's organised, and it's quite spectacular to watch it. People of all ages, all genders, and it's obvious that a few people are switch go both ways, possibly. But they're all laughing, all happy, all cheering each other on. Somebody does a good rip. They come on shore. Yeah, it's all well. I imagine they've got permission before they high five each other at that point. Yeah, but they're high fiving and supporting each other, even if they get busted down a place or something. There's a rivalry, but yeah, they respond to each other very positively. I think it's a good example of good sportsmanship. That's what I've always seen with it. You watch it on TV. Yeah, we've got channels here. We can watch it live or anything else. I don't surf, but I like to see that. I think they're incredible what they do. Yeah, let alone, hey, the girl. I mean, yeah, I remember seeing. I think they made a film about her as well, didn't they? About the disabled. Yeah, and um, yeah, it shows she shows determination. Sorry, but somebody who may have some personally inward struggles with themselves, not about the way they were born. There's no reason they can't be a good surfer. In fact, do that to prove it. But yeah, you don't need. Yeah, the company don't need to use that as their poster person. Yeah, if respectfully. Um, yeah, it sometimes things are just weird at the moment. Um, like you say, have definitely on there. Have this person, this individual, have a straight person, have a gay person, have a female at the other end, able-bodied female, um, to prove, hey, we're one big happy family. Yeah, come and join our communion of people. Yeah, we all want to be, we all want to respect and love each other. That's all that needs to be done, not this singling out, which isolates people from the off, and it's been done deliberately. Yeah, and yeah,
I
you
mean, I didn't in my blurb. I didn't mention Jaguar because Jaguar
yeah,
came afterwards.
yeah, yeah.
You know, and you would have thought that CEOs of companies would have learned. You just needed to look at Bud Light that and nothing more.
Well, does it matter? I mean, Bud Light missed an opportunity there. Like I say, they could have introduced a whole new, advertised for a whole new people. Keep the frat boys,
Yep.
have frat boys drinking with transsexuals. Yeah. Um, whether or not that happens in reality or not, I don't
Say who
know.
cares? You say who cares? We're only here for the beer.
Exactly. And that's what it's all about. We're only here for the surfing. Yeah.
Yep.
Um, I must admit, when a women's undergarment organization, underwear or something of swimwear organization started to use a transsexual for it, that's undermining women. Yeah. Um, but yeah, we should be all able to drink together, all able to surf together. Yeah. Well, be part of the community, men against women again. It has to be categorized on that. Yeah.
It's a whole family.
Yeah. And that's the world I want to aim for. I'm happy to accept anyone being happy in their own lane. They can come into mine and we can have a drink together. We can do some sport together. Yeah. Um, Depending on circumstances, maybe it's not maybe an appropriate dressing room is required, but that's for 10 minutes of your bloody life. Yeah. But I will still respect you as a person if you're a decent person. If you can come and drink with me and we can talk sport, we can talk anything else, cars, even. Yeah, I'm all for that, and that's the world I want to live in. Yeah, put religion outside it as well. I will respect you. It's not for me to judge you on that score.